Here is a another song out there about war pigs. You know Black Sabbath song, War Pigs? Well, they do a very poetic version of these disgusting warmongers who seem to have no problem slaughtering other human beings like they're some sort of different species. Now, these people classify themselves as blue bloods. They actually say that these blue bloods bleed a different blood. I don't know. But there's one thing I do know. They interbreed incessantly to the point of incest, and they do it to keep their bloodlines pure. I find that highly disturbing that they can just cause all these wars, you know, and make up these lies like weapons of mass destruction, and clearly that's a lie, and then say to the public afterwards, blatantly joking about it, after you've killed 1 million Iraqi civilians, that, well, where are those weapons of mass destruction anyway? They got to be somewhere. And your constituents laugh, and they think that's a funny joke. That 1 million Iraqi civilians died over that lie. Well, I wasn't laughing at George W. Bush's little joke. War is not funny. And especially when people died over a lie. How could you possibly be so stupid as to fall for Iraq had weapons of mass destruction? We had the United Nations in there telling you that there was no evidence of any such thing. And then the son of a bitch tells us after the towers were bombed, and I'm going to tell you right now, jet fuel does not burn steel. You can debate the false flags all you want and the reasons why we went to war, but it is unbelievably obvious that there was no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. And I don't think George W. Bush's joke as to, well, where are those weapons of mass destruction anyway? They got to be somewhere. That's funny. Well, here's how I feel about it. And if you feel the same way as Bob Dylan, I invite you to play his song, Masters of War. It starts out in a D minor. First you want to capo your guitar on the 3rd fret if you want the right tone. You can play it without it, but it doesn't sound quite right. And basically, a D minor is your index finger on the last string, your little E string, 1st fret, and then you're going to put your middle finger on the G string. That's the 3rd from the last. So just a G string. That'll narrow it right down for you. So that's on the 2nd fret. And then you want to put your ring finger on the B string, the 3rd fret. And then it just goes. Think you can copy that? Because if you can, you got the whole song. So, and then I'm going to do the whole first verse for you, and basically all you have to do is copy the whole thing for every single verse. So here's the first verse. Come, you masters of war that build all the guns, that build the death planes, that build all the bombs, that hide behind walls, that hide behind masks. I just want you to know I can see through your mask. You ain't never done nothing but built to destroy. Play with my world like it's your little toy. Put a gun in my hand, hide from my eyes. You turn and run farther when the fast bullets like Judas of old. Of old. Want me to believe a world war can be won. Like Judas of old. Lie and deceit. A world war can be won. Want me to believe that I see through your eyes, and I see through your brain, like I see through the water that runs down. Fasten all the triggers for the others to fire. And you sit back and watch as the death count gets higher. You hide in your mansion, the young people's blood flows out of their bodies and goes deep. Can never be hurled. Fear to bring children into the world, for threatening my baby. He's born and he's named. You ain't worth the blood that runs. I know to talk out of turn. Might say that I'm young, might say I'm unlearned. There's one thing I know, I'm younger than you. Jesus will never forgive you. Ask you one question. Is your money that good? that it could. I think that you'll find your death takes its toll. All the money you made will never buy back your soul. Hope that you die. Your death will come soon. I'll follow your casket on a pale afternoon. I'll watch as you're lowered down to your deathbed. And I'll stand over your grave to make sure that you're dead. So that's how I feel. I don't feel all poetic about it, like Jim Morrison's Dead Cats, Dead Rats medley. Dead cats, dead rats, think you're an aristocrat. Think you can kill and slaughter. Think you can shoot my daughter. Yep. Well, I don't feel poetic about it. I feel like Bob Dylan feels about it. And he says, I hope that you die and your death will come soon. That's how I feel about it. So, and I don't feel like waiting around for the judgment day that God is calling, like in the song War Pigs from Black Sabbath. On their knees the war pigs crawling, begging mercies for their sins. 'Cause quite frankly, it's like, yeah, when is this judgment day gonna happen? Because these people never seem to get the justice that they deserve. They just keep going on and on, offending, killing, polluting, starving, enslaving. It's ridiculous. So there was these notions put forward by these sorcerers who were into this. They said that they played with black magic and good magic. And they said that you couldn't experience good without having evil too. And that it was just part of nature. I would like to dispel this. And the people that promulgated this concept that were the biggest pushers of it were people like John Dee and Aleister Crowley. And they were into, conjuring spirits and stuff like that. And they got into some pretty dark stuff. Anyway, do not ever fall for that ridiculous concept. You do not need these people, these elite blue bloods, lying, tricking, and deceiving you into a new world order that is going to do nothing but enslave you. So, I wanted to touch on one other point too. There was these two prominent sorcerers who these blue bloods like to hire. They were both on the service of the queen. I think they might have been different queens, but anyway, one of the sorcerers' names was John Dee, and he used to do something called mirror scrying. He would draw the faces of the spirits in the mirrors that he saw in the mirrors. And the other one was Aleister Crowley, and both of them put forth the concept that you have to have evil. It is a necessity. You cannot have good without evil. And I never found any concept more ridiculous than that concept there. People That's like saying we cannot function as a society without the evil that these blue bloods are perpetuating while they're trying to bring about their new world order. And let's call the new world order what it is. They're modeling it straight after the book of Revelations, which should scare the shit out of all of you. Now, let's start with the mark of the beast. Then look up the RFID chip that they want to implant in your right hand, on the back of your hand, the other side of your palm, so the back of your hand, or if you're a mental patient, they want to put it in your forehead. And now compare that to the Bible verse. Where do they want to put it in the Bible? Exact same place. Now, eventually, the money's going to go on your phone first. Your money's going to go digital. When the dollar crashes and when the money goes digital, it's going to be on your phone first. But they are eventually going to stick all your money on this RFID chip so that you can wave your hand over the freaking scanner at the checkout and your money is your credits are deducted from your chip. So yes, you will not be able to buy or sell without the chip. Now, we're also going to talk about the one world government that they are clearly trying to bring about. And David Rockefeller said he makes no bones, he makes no apologies about trying to bring about a one world government. And that he's glad that these reporters from these prominent magazines kept it a secret for so long so that they could set up the framework for this new world order and make all the progress that they've made for these past couple decades in secrecy. So how do you stop all this nonsense from happening? You have to fight for it. In other words, let me be more succinct. You have to take a page from the black man's playbook. In other words, when flower power fails, you need to get a little more forceful. And so, how do you stop the New World Order from rolling over top of you like a steamroller? Well, the first thing you have to do is make sure you get a quality candidate elected. And by a quality candidate, I don't mean a polarizing figure like Donald Trump. Donald Trump was a good president. And he put America first. And that's why he pissed off the blue bloods. Because America is supposed to be being torn down economically. We're supposed to be losing the dollar as a standard financially. And we're supposed to be going into economic decline. And Trump was opposing all that by putting America first. This is why John Bolton turned against him. So, I would like to see it between Ron DeSantis and this Kennedy guy. And if we don't get that, I say we revolt. I mean massively. Because it's long overdue that we challenge the Republicans and the Democrats to come up with something better than a douche and a turd.